You're listening to Dubstep and Dragons. Yes.
I would like to just say thank you to the veterans that we have at this table.
Oh.
We didn't acknowledge you guys for Veterans Day. Super sorry about
sweet.
that. But thank you both for your service.
You're welcome for my service.
Not that service, Bo.
Oh. Well, you're welcome for my other services, dude.
I get super awkward when people thank me for my service.
I do too.
Yeah.
I've gotten better at it.
I appreciate it though.
I did
That's like
get
50% of our table. Well, it's definitely 50%.
It was, yeah, until
Yeah.
Mike came along.
Sorry.
Fucking Mike.
Way to fuck that stat.
Way to do that.
We do have a doctor in the house, too.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Not a doctor.
Not a doctor.
Dr. Mike.
All I can think of is from freaking Avengers. We don't do that here.
I think of the deal at the ending credits for a lot of TV shows, where it's one of the production companies, and they just say, "Not a doctor."
I'm not paying attention.
I don't know why that one sticks out in my head, but it's at the end of a shit ton of TV shows. Huh. Mostly sitcoms.
I don't watch sitcoms.
Anyway, a D&D 5e actual play podcast with a cyberpunk twist. My name is Matthew, and I will be your game master.
Hello, I'm Daniel. I play Alfonso.
My name is Luke. I'll play Ash. Almost forgot.
I'm Jason, and I'll be playing Sleepy Mike.
I'm Bo. You're not so average barbarian.
Really likes to use a gun. Not typically a barbarian thing.
Well,
You should have been a fighter.
you gave me a transforming arm, and it's cool, okay? Doesn't hit for very
Isn't
much,
he
but
like
it's
half
cool.
fighter anyways?
He's got a fighter dip, but he's primarily barbarian.
We don't want to overwhelm him too much.
I'm
Since he's new, air quotes.
Oh my god! Fuck you guys.
Hey, random D&D question. Does a rune knight work with a paladin? So they have that, like if you do the fire rune, can you stack smite with fire rune with?
Yeah, they're separate effects, and a smite is something that you can just add.
Okay.
Smite is smite.
Smite me,
Almighty Smiter! Previously on Dubstep and Dragons, Alphonse played a little ditty. Ash drove a car 20 feet. Norris made interesting decisions.
Boom.
And Mike took a nap.
Yeah, I did.
So we pick up. Norris just parallel parked the tank.
Passed my driving test, by the way.
You guys are all in the SUV. Mike is awake in the back of the SUV.
You have to have a fucking tank shove over his
Bailey
head.
is still like all plugged in. That's why she didn't get, and she's at 1 hit point. So she's in the back, still like plugged into all of Alphonse's computers that he had set up with her. And you guys are all in the SUV, exiting the parking garage.
I'm driving to work our way to Arcos. There's too many A's.
I do.
Arcos and D's place. We're going to see D.
Okay.
Thank God. I miss my baby.
Not even in a relationship with her, and it's baby already.
You shut your mouth. She loves me.
I need an animal handling check to make sure that you don't just drive into something.
Here's the off ramp.
21.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah, you get out of there, no problem. So you're still in this SUV with blown out glass. It's looking pretty rough, bullet holes in it, shit like that. You're kind of noticeable. Anybody? I'll have Ash, and who would be in the passenger seat? Probably Norris?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say you'd probably be in the back.
Yeah.
Alphonse, with
Would you be back there with Bailey, just trying to?
Yep.
Trying to get it. Okay. So I'll have Ash and Norris give me perception checks, and then Mike, you're in the very back.
Yeah. That is a
17.
25.
Jinx.
How is that jinx?
We said it at the same time.
Two different things.
Still at the same time.
So as you're pulling out of the parking garage, you kind of take a look around, kind of get a feel of where everything's at, and you see vehicles, you see people jumping into cars and heading around the building to the parking garage. Pretty safe bet that they're probably Crimson Cross. With that, we can carry that animal handling check over for now. What do you do?
I would probably look at Ash and go, well, maybe I should have stayed in the tank.
Well, I'm gonna try to avoid. I'm trying to see and jart into like side streets away from everything.
Okay, so they're all coming from the right. So I would imagine you
Go left.
you hook left, gas it, and try to get yourself some space.
Can I roll stealth at disadvantage just to try to like hide myself in this back seat?
It wouldn't even be a disadvantage. Like you,
Oh, cool.
you can just
Stealth.
yeah. Let's see how well you hide back there.
Not the best. Only 16.
Oh, you're still fairly well hidden. We'll say if anybody comes, you get 3/4 cover.
Perfect.
If anybody fires into the SUV, which is pretty good because there's no glass.
I'll take it.
Yeah. So with you driving, give me a survival check to try to find somewhere where you can hide. Kind of. It's going to be a fairly high DC.
You said survival.
Yeah.
12.
12.
Can I
So-
give him the help action since I'm in the passenger seat? and
So you
also
have to call
scouting?
the help action before he rolls.
Oh, well, can I just do it myself? To
yeah,
see if
you
I
could
can find
go
place?
for it.
Perception.
For future reference.
Perception.
Yeah. No, survival.
Oh, survival. 22.
Jesus.
Yes, my child.
Jesus.
So as you pull left and you see all these cars coming, they know where you are, and you look over and you see that the road that you're on runs parallel with a what are they called? Like the LA River. How it's not really a river. It's
like a
Tributary?
yeah, like a
yeah.
a
Canal?
ditch,
It's
That's
like
canal.
a canal.
like a drainage ditch. Or some shit
You
like that.
see
Canal
that you
or-
are running parallel to a canal, and there's a number of where you're at is a lot of tall buildings, but you do have this canal, and you see a lot of large pipes feeding into the canal. So one option, you could veer off into that, and these huge drainage pipes are big enough that you could probably fit a vehicle in there. You'd have to blow through a gate, but you could probably fit.
Yeah, so I would imagine he like Ash like tries to turn somewhere, and I would just be like, hey, why don't we just go over here?
Yeah, that looks good. I'm beat up pretty good.
Okay, give me another animal handling check. I don't know if we told you this, but animal handling is what we use in place of
I
driving.
do remember hearing about that.
Okay.
17.
17, so you're able to successfully go through this fence and off into this drainage ditch. And do you just plow through the gate for one of these?
Yeah, we're just.
Okay.
I don't give two shits about this car anymore.
Yeah, it's pretty beat to shit. So you plow through these two gates, and you had enough of a lead that you think you probably could have gotten this far without them knowing exactly where you went. The busted gates might lead them in this direction, but as you look back, you don't see anybody directly behind you. But you are in this giant pipe, and it's just getting darker and darker and darker.
You think we should just keep going in here, or what do you think, boys?
Norris would command flame on one of his arms and try and use it as like a torch to project.
I do
a
have
little bit of
headlights,
light.
and I turn the headlights on.
I didn't know if the lights worked or not. I'm going medieval in this bitch.
You're beautiful.
There you go. Barbarian stuff. At its best.
Barbarian stuff. There it is.
Ye old sewage pipe.
As he does this, though, just like look over at him and go, "Really?" Click.
I just very like shamefully like extinguish my arm and put it down. We're not going to talk about that.
I like pat him on the shoulder. There.
You're so pretty.
I've just got my hand out and just like tink, tink, like going down the tunnel, just like dragging it like I would across the fence.
There it is.
So as you're driving through, you have to go fairly slow because it's a tight tunnel. As you're driving through, you find that there are like service tunnels and stuff like that, but this place is a fucking maze. Somebody can give me a survival check to get an idea of general direction that you want to see if you can figure out your orientation to try to get to your destination,
Yeah,
or at least close to there.
I'm gonna give it a whirl.
Is Mike awake enough for that sort
Yeah.
of thing?
Yeah. You can be in the back doing it. Only 2 people are gonna roll for it though.
You got 16.
Okay.
I'm going for it.
Okay.
That's only 13.
Okay. With a 16, you have a general. You're looking at the compass on the dash, and you're like, okay. They were kind of north, east. All right, so you just keep turning down tunnels that aim you towards northeast, and you follow it for quite a ways, and you start seeing like tents, like whenever you pull out of one of these tunnels and there's an opening, like a large opening, you start seeing like tents set up in there, and you start seeing all the crystals. Like once you get out of the tunnels, you're in these rooms with just stone walls, and where they've been dug out, and this is you're in that tunnel system that you've heard so much about under the city. And you start seeing those crystals coming out of the walls, and you're headed away from the center of the city, which is good because that's where the farms and everything are. What is your goal as far as underground? Like, are you trying to find an opening to get out and back up onto the street?
Yeah, I was looking more for an opening.
Okay. So you drive for quite a ways and you do start to see signs of, like I said, you're in these service tunnels, and keeping in that general northeast direction, you do start to see signs pointing you kind of out. Do you just follow those?
Yeah, I just continue to follow those.
Okay. So after driving underground for probably about 15-20 minutes, like you're at a crawl, you're probably doing like 20-25 miles an hour through these tunnels, you come up on this large cavern under there, and it's this tent city under there, and there's probably 150 people in this large kind of carved out cavern down there. And as you're pulling through, it's these, all the people are filthy dirty, and like asking for change, stuff like that. And you guys don't have any windows in this thing, so they're like trying to reach in and ask for help, ask for money, ask for anything. and you could. I'm assuming you guys just keep driving through.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And you get to an area where it is a like steel bars, and it's basically a gate to get through. Most of these tunnels don't look like they were made for large SUVs to pull through, and this looks like it would almost fit like a UTV. Like the service vehicles that they probably take down here are probably like UTV sized, and so it's got this big massive gate blocking this main entrance.
Are there people around this gate?
So this is a little ways off of that cavern. You guys have driven for a few more minutes past that cavern full of people. So there's no people around, but you have this big steel gate blocking.
Is there any way to open it, or do I see like a way to open it?
Yeah, you see like a keypad.
Okay. I park where it gives us enough room to kind of all get out. And I say, looks like we're hoofing it from here. And look at the keypad and go, Alfonso, what do you think?
Norris just tries to pull the gate.
It's very locked.
Okay. Didn't know if maybe it was unlocked.
What do you want? What?
Maybe we should hack the keypad?
Where are we going?
I'm trying to get to D's.
Norris would just say under his breath, "These nuts."
Can I luck check to see if there's a service door? Just to like blindly, like, there's a service door right there. Why are we?
So this is the clear exit. I get what you're going for, but I did set this up. This is the exit out.
Okay, so there's a clear exit out.
Yeah. There's a gate and there's a number pad. Like you punch in the combo and the gate just opens.
Okay.
But it's only big enough, like I said, for like a UTV sized thing.
Hey, how about you put your hot sister to work and don't make me do this?
True. Bailey, are you... Yeah, she's... What do you think of this? What, can you make 2 cents out of that keypad?
It's just a fucking keypad. And you see her, she like pulls a knife out and pops the cover off and... Oh, yeah. And she just reaches in there, she pulls some wires, and she takes her knife and clears the shielding off and just touches some wires, and you see light turns green and the lock releases. She's, I'm pretty sure he could have done this, and points at Norris.
No, I pulled the door. It was locked.
I stand corrected. He could not have done this.
It's like, you okay to walk? Like,
I will be fine. Does anybody have a stim pack? I need something.
I lean over to Ash and Alphonse and I go,
Yeah,
maybe we should give her a dirty
Okay.
bomb.
What'd you say?
I said I lean over to Ash and Alphonse and say maybe we should just give her one of those dirty bombs. The dirty stems.
Oh, one of the ones that you don't know what they do.
She's healed for 7.
Okay.
I feel like Alfonso would just jab it right away. And be like, there you go.
Dear Lord. Yeah, give her what you want.
No, if you already healed her, there's no sense in wasting good shit.
Did you see it?
No. See what?
Him give her the stem.
Oh, no.
Okay. So she unlocks it and she just rolls her eyes and gives Alphonse a nod. It's as much of, you get the idea that this is as much of a thank you as you're gonna get.
I'll offer to like let her rest on my, like, I'll help you get out of here. Do you want help?
I'll carry you out.
I'll take. And she puts her arm around Alphonse and she's, yeah, if you'll help me.
Yeah.
I lean over to Norris and go, I wanted to carry her out.
And she looks at you. She goes, just so you're aware, I picked the guy that shot me in the fucking head. And you guys can stumble out. And whenever you come out, like at some point you must have gone under the river because you do come out in North Kansas City. You're still a ways from the warehouse, but you get the idea that you're you're probably pretty clear.
Can I look around and see if there's like any vehicles we can like hotwire or anything?
Yeah, give me a perception check.
You beat me to it.
Oh God. 7.
I mean, there's cars. whether they're in operating condition or not, you're not sure. North Kansas City, as we've stated before, is pretty run down. So there's a shit ton of cars, whether you pick one that runs or not.
Can I try to find the one that looks the most pristine?
With a 7, it takes you a while. Like you
As
guys,
we're walking, well, I'll look.
you guys-
I'm also going to look.
Okay. Well, with that, it takes you even longer because Norris gets sidetracked.
Norris finds a bicycle, but no wheels.
And tries to ride
Hey,
it.
Mike.
And I still try to ride this son of a bitch.
Mike, you want to help your boys? They're struggling up there.
Yeah, you guys find like 2 bird scooters with dead batteries.
Did we say perception? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah, perception.
11?
You guys are awful at this right now.
Yeah, we're not very good.
So you guys do eventually find a vehicle that's in operating condition.
I'm gonna try to hotwire it.
It takes you a while, but you do find one. So you're
I'm trying to impress Bailey now, so I'm gonna try to hotwire it.
you're walking around this like rundown downtown area. Like there's still businesses there and stuff, but they're all in pretty bad shape. And behind a head shop, there's like an old minivan that somebody that the back hatch is open on, like somebody had probably been like loading stuff or unloading stuff. So you get the idea that this vehicle has probably been operational recently.
Perfect. Everybody in.
Norris hops in the very back and like closes the hatch down.
Okay. Give me a tech check.
Can I? Yeah. Oh yeah. Dirty 20.
Okay, so you guys file in this van, and Ash with all his armor and everything on. He's having a little trouble squeezing down under the dash, but he pulls the steering column cover off, and after about 10-15 seconds, like pretty deftly, he gets this old van fired up, and you guys start pulling away. Just as you're pulling away, though, this old pothead runs out. Hey, you motherfuckers!
Is there a tire iron in the back?
Sure.
Can I chuck it out?
You just stole his van. Now you want to chuck a tire iron? Sure. Roll to attack. You dickhead. I hope you get a 1.
That's a 19.
Yeah, you kill an old pothead. He's dead. You lodged a
Jesus.
tire iron in his head.
Shouldn't have called us a fucker.
In the back, I hope I can see this and go, hey, Ash, look, you can do barbarian stuff finally.
Ew, wow.
For those who haven't heard the post show from last week, that was a reference to that.
Norris would just high five himself, go 10 points.
So you guys drive. It takes you about 20-25 minutes, and you pull up outside of the warehouse.
Ooh.
Oh, and by the way, there is a giant fucking ship visible behind the warehouse.
Oh, that's right. We lost Mr. O.
Where is he, by the way?
You don't know.
I don't know.
True.
But he's
Well,
part camouflage.
I'm not really caring at this point. I'm just walking to the door and I try to like jiggle a handle, like, and I knock. Is it locked?
Yeah, of course it's locked. It's
I
locked
knock.
like 18 times.
I knock.
I like try to fight my way up to the front, so if Dee answers the door, I'm the first one she sees.
So you just hear on this speaker, what the fuck is she doing here?
Long story will tell you. Just let us in.
And you hear the all the locks being undone, and the door opens up, and D is standing there, and you see Arcos sitting at his computer in the back, and Rain is like trying to push her way past D to answer the door, but D is like holding her back.
I just post up against like the door frame and go, "Did you miss me, darling?"
I like shove him as I walk in.
I just face plant on the fucking floor.
I was gonna let you roll for it, but all right.
Very ungracefully. No, I feel like if I got shoved, I would be way more distracted by D than trying to catch myself.
Okay. So you guys get inside, and like D immediately is hand on pistol. Like as soon as she sees Bailey, she's just on guard. And Bailey walks in, Arcos sees her, Arcos pops up. Like there is, you can cut the tension in the room. Like they are not enthused to see her. And then Mike walks in. And then you get a lot of, who the fuck is this? Except for Rain. Rain runs up and gives you a hug. And you would have seen Rain. She would come in and actually your first memory post the freak show. So your first real memory after these guys took you out of there was Rain standing over you with her hands on you. And you opened your eyes and she was like, the light was almost like giving her this like halo, this like glowing effect. Like she's spent a fair amount of time and it's pretty clear to Mike that she is the reason that he was brought back.
I'd probably give her a big hug back. Kind of
Hey.
confused what a hug is, probably.
Yeah. So you're like
But it
standing
feels
there with
natural.
your arms to the side. And
But I'll
she
do like an awkward, like, I'll
Yeah.
try to get into it, but
whereas Bailey and Alphonse would they're focused on her.
Arcos.
Damn it, Arcos and D are solely focused on fucking Bailey.
I walk up behind Dee and like grab her hand and away from her pistol and go, "It's fine.
It's not
Yeah,
fine.
You don't. She's just as dazed and confused as anything else. We
Her
are trying.
being here is fucking dangerous.
Don't
we're-
worry, Alphonse shot her in the head and then did some weird boogadaboo and brought her back.
Okay, I have a lot of questions. We'll address that later. First question, what are we doing with her?
Well, you better get me some hacking equipment because we better get a chip out or some bug or something inside of her, or they're gonna track us down.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, she's chipped right now.
Yeah, we got a rocket ship sitting outside. Pretty conspicuous.
You see a light bulb. Bing! Pop up above Dee's head. There's too many names now. Just the rocket ship. That's where we'll put her. And she grabs Bailey by the collar and just starts like manhandling, shoves her out the door and starts walking her towards the ship.
We need to. What are
I'd
you
intercept
doing?
that. No way.
Okay.
No way. Fighting D. Let's do this.
No. Interact.
Oh, well, D. What are you?
She's trying to just like we got to get her out of here.
It's too late. We're already compromised.
No, we can seal her in the ship so they can't track her.
How do you know that has a system that
It's a rocket ship. It's got to have something.
this doesn't go into space? Rocket ship.
Well, then they're already tracking her.
Yeah,
We need to
So
get
we
this
are
done.
compromised and we have to leave.
but we got to get the chip out. We got to get this bug or whatever it is out first.
That could take hours.
Should we blindfold her?
It's a serious Norris question.
And just like the people at this table, everybody turns to look at you.
Yeah, we should blindfold her. Go grab one of your kinky whips.
Arcos, can I get in your room?
No.
I just go into Arcos's room anyway.
Door is locked.
I kick it open.
Okay.
I don't kick it open.
It is a steel reinforced door.
Arcos, just let me in
And
the
you
fucking
stub yourself.
room.
What do you need in there
I
for?
need a blindfold, and I know your ass has one.
Bruv, what is a blindfold gonna do?
Well, last time her fucking and then her eyes went weird. She looked around, and then they knew exactly where we were because they seen the room. So if they know what this room looks like, they can come here by whatever the fuck. Just give me a goddamn blindfold.
So he just grabs a dish rag and tosses it at you. Have at it.
Less fun, but still functional, I guess. And I just like walk back over and I just put it over Bailey's face.
Okay.
I pry D off Bailey and escort her to a chair so Alphonse can get his work done.
Oh, you try to just push D off of her?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to force her off of her. So give me an athletics
force her
check.
off of her.
Athletics?
Yeah. She rolled real shit. You grab her.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
that
rolled
was
a nat 5.
that was an 18.
Yeah, she's got plus a lot, but not enough. And she is steaming. D is pissed. Why the fuck didn't you bring her to Marco's?
I didn't drive. Ask these guys.
Marco's conceal her in the fucking room where he kept him.
To be fair, we kind of drove through Tent City. Like, I don't really know where we were. We went through this really big tube, and we passed a bunch of tents and homeless folks.
She stops listening.
And then we
at this point.
and Norse would like just keep like like
She's do whatever you have to do, but I guarantee they're on their way.
All right. So you think we should take the chip out in the ship or this program?
We need to seal her in somewhere where the signal's not getting out. Because this could take hours.
To do
The atmosphere is a good place to hide.
I hadn't thought. I was just going to put her. But that's a better idea.
Yeah. Let's
Are we
all
going
get on the
flying
ship.
again?
Yeah, you're not piloting. I trust
That's fair.
Mike. I trust Mike more than you. He didn't recommend a blindfold.
One simple barrel roll and a guy gets banned from the cockpit.
No, Norris, it's been one thing after another with you lately.
You guys are no fun anymore.
This is life or death, Norris.
Eh,
You could be a god, but we're not.
that's fair. I keep forgetting I am a god.
Ash, do
this
something.
room's not big enough for this ego.
And D just looks at him and slowly starts pulling the gun.
Are you taking your pants off, D?
I swear to God. I swear to God. And Dee's got this like wild look in her eye. she looks over at Alphonse like, I wanna fucking shoot him.
Can I have a sleight of hand conversation with her super quick?
Yeah.
Would sleight of hand is what you roll, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
an inconspicuous
Or stealth.
stealth. Yeah. 12, 13, 13.
13?
Yeah.
His passive perception's higher than that. You think you're being sneaky, he can hear you.
Just blindfold him.
Yeah, baby.
And then I'd wink.
Okay, whatever we're doing, let's do it now before shit hits the fan. And Arcos has a big stupid smile on his face. We're gonna go in that right now. We're gonna fly.
Load up. Let's go.
Yes. You see Arco, he goes over to his gun cabinet and he just starts like grabbing shit and like lining his pockets. He goes, going to fucking war.
Arcos, do you have any whiskey?
And he's in the cabinet. And he's too preoccupied. He's so excited. He's just getting all of his stuff. He's
Before he could even ask where the whiskey was, I was already pouring and drinking everything and drinking.
I would look at you. You stingy bitch. Give me one.
Why don't you go fuck yourself?
How about you guys give the kid one?
I would say Mike might be interested. This is very confusing. He does not know what's going on.
Oh yeah, totally give Mike.
I'm assuming this conversation is happening as people are moving.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm making my way towards the whiskey being poured, and I
Okay.
grab Mike by the shoulder and I bring him with.
Yeah, so Arcos is too excited. He's leading the charge. He's got all of his stuff under his arms, like he's moving into the fucking thing.
I feel like given the chance, he would.
He's like, I've been waiting, and just marches back to the ship. And he's like, the door is closed and everything. He's just standing there, like waiting, like who's gonna open it?
Yeah. So I would grab the whiskey decanter from Ash, and I would pour a double and just slide it over to Mike, and then pour a double for myself, and cheers them and like slosh the glasses all over the place and just slam it.
Okay, Mike, give me a con saving throw.
Hey, 19.
Yeah,
Hey, my
take,
first whiskey.
no problem. Yeah, it's been a while since you've had a drink, but when you were with the Deadheads,
That's what I imagine. I imagine I probably drank back then.
Yeah. That's why I cheers you
when
so
you
hard.
when you were with the Deadheads at 11,
Seasoned drinker.
that was part of your breakfast.
It was the end of the world. Everybody had whiskey for breakfast.
Yeah, that's fair. So everybody loads up in the ship, and you see like D is on Bailey's ass the whole time, like hand on pistol, just waiting for her to just make one wrong move. Like D is definitely the most paranoid of this group. Who's flying? And where are you going?
Alfonso, this was your idea.
I have to work on the bug.
I'll fly.
Fuck no, you ain't
I said
flying.
I trust Mike over you. No way.
I still try to get to the cockpit.
I
Does anybody physically stop him from getting to the cockpit?
No.
yeah, I do.
All right, grapple him.
Grapple me, bitch. Contested athletics or
Contested
acrobatics?
athletics or acrobat. He has to do athletics. You can do athletics or acrobatics.
Oh, nat 20, bitch.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yes,
You can
Norris
still
is
win.
flying.
Yeah. I can't even.
Oh yeah.
So you try to like square up and block him, and he's just like, nope. Big metal arm just brushes you to the side.
Please tell me.
Man on a mission.
Oh yeah.
All right. So where does everybody situate themselves in the ship?
Co-pilot.
Okay.
Is rain coming?
Yo, yeah. Everybody's filing on because D suspects that the location may be compromised. So everybody's.
I feel like in this weird situation, Mike might feel the most comfort sitting next to her. So probably wherever she ends up sitting, I'll sit next to her.
Okay. Rain would probably hang out in the lounge. I
Yeah.
would imagine. Where does Alphonse set? There's like a medical room on the ship. I'm assuming Alphonse sets up in there.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. So you come in and Arcos follows you. And with all the shit that he grabbed, some of it's like computers, like all of his toys, like his arms were loaded. and he just starts dumping things on the counter in the medical bay and starts setting up his whole mobile tech setup
Awesome.
in there to help you perform the extraction.
Okay.
Okay. Norris.
Nor I'm co-pilot.
Norris would immediately get on the intercom and go, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, and I promise I will not do any barrel rolls this time."
And as he's doing this too, I'm like putting it in as I'm the captain and gonna actually fly and make sure he and like disengage all this shit.
as soon as I get off the mic, I see Ash fucking with shit. I just slap his hand away and I go, "I'm the captain."
So, if you're trying this, we're gonna real quick sleight of hand to see if you can successfully do it without him noticing.
Perception.
That's kind
Yeah, give me a perception check.
of sleight of
30,
hand.
20.
Yeah, he
What did you deal? 10.
he catches you and swats your hand away.
I'm the captain.
Give me an animal handling
Now
check.
watch this.
I'm
It's gonna be
trying,
an nat one
Alphonse.
right here. Mm. 24.
Damn.
Now
So-
you can roll good.
So,
I rolled good all last time too. Just made questionable choices last week.
so you're all getting situated in the ship. You hear the engines fire up. You hear all the systems turn on. Alphonse, you know this ship and the tech of this ship well enough that you're like, damn, all right. Ash really got it this time. Nice. and you have just the smoothest takeoff that you guys have had so far.
Nice.
Where are you going?
I would imagine we just go straight up because we don't really have a destination. We're just trying to get out of range.
Okay, so
But I would ask my co-pilot, like,
you guys, you're gonna go up, and then once you hit like a cruising speed, just like
We'll just
do
kind of orbit the
circles,
city.
yeah.
Yeah.
just doing circles around Kansas City.
yeah.
Okay. So, Alphonse.
I hope this chick likes me. We're creating like dating circles.
So you're all set up in this medical bay, and it's not a big room. It's like we'll say 15 by 15. So it's a decent sized room. Probably 10 by 10. It's on a small ship. So 10 by 10. It's fairly cramped. There's Bailey's laid out on the bed, and then it's you and Arcos, one on each side of her, and then you have Bailey standing in the door, hand on her gun, just keeping watch, just making sure that everything goes as it's supposed to. And this is going to be a series of checks. You can perform them, or you can have Alphon or Arcos perform one if you think that he's going to be better suited for it.
Okay.
In fact, let me bring up, and you can ask. You can bring people in if something comes up that you need help with.
Okay.
Let me bring up Arcos so I can get his modifiers. Arcos Ashlyn. I haven't done his voice in a while. I've been having trouble finding it the last couple times I've spoken. Okay. So you have her laid out on this bed, and you're all plugged into her. You have all her vitals on one of the screens that Arcos set up, and you have essentially like a scan of where everything is inside, and you can see on the scan, like there is a small chip that's kind of piggybacking on her neural link,
Okay.
and it looks like it was installed with the neural link because it's on the inside, like the neural link is embedded into the skull, and this is on the brain side of the skull. So you get the idea that this is going to be quite difficult, and one wrong move could end poorly. So first thing you gotta do is an incision.
I actually get to say scalpel.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this is great. Arcos, give me the scalpel, please.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun. Feel like I'm playing doctor.
Did you play that doctor game with the thing you had to pull out the funny bone?
Operation.
Yeah.
No, but I play doctor often. Different kind of doctor. So Yeah,
Like
we're not
the
gonna
sex
play
stuff,
that.
doctor?
Yeah. We're not
Oh.
gonna play that doctor today.
No, I hope not.
But I mean, if this goes well,
Arcos, do you want to check if she needs to be
Oh, yeah.
needs to be sedated?
you won't take a nap. And she's just like gritting her teeth. She's, I think I would rather. No, I don't want to be awake. Yeah. Let's do that. And Arcos is just all right. and he grabs his pistol and just pistol whips her.
I meant give her the set. There's drugs right there, Arcos.
I don't have downers. I have uppers. If we really want to wake her up, I got something for that.
Okay, fair enough.
I have a feeling Dee's just grinning at this point.
Oh yeah. Dee loved that.
I'd like to make an decision.
I'm thinking she's probably gonna be out for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I put a bullet in her brain earlier today. I bet that really double hurt.
Well, this is minor in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. This is gonna be fine. Yeah, 100%. And give me just a dex check, just straight dex.
Okay.
You do have Arcos assisting you, so you can. He has both hands free, so he can like help position. So, dex check with advantage.
Dex check with advantage. All right, let's do this. I'll just roll. It's more dramatic this way. That's not so good. That's a 13.
Okay.
That's a 6.
So, Arcos is trying to hold it steady, and you hit a bit of turbulence, and you put a pretty nasty cut. Like you meant to just do this like 2-inch incision. When you hit turbulence, the scalpel hits skin and gets drugged down. So it's got just this big gaping flap of skin on the back. And you see Arcos like scrambling. Shit, I'm sorry, that was me. And he's like grabbing rags and applying pressure. He's like, let's all right, give me a minute. Let me. And he starts rooting through his medical kit, and he's got this like spray that he sprays on there, and it causes the blood to like quickly coagulate.
Quick thinking.
And he's all right. Well, we got a hole.
Yeah, this will be fine.
Yeah, we can work with that. Totally. Yeah.
Should I get that little? Do you think the little kid has steadier hands than we do? Should I have walk him through the operation?
I don't know if he can handle that.
Too much pressure. I don't know him that well.
I don't know him either. He's a kid. I think that
But the little hands.
I think that we're the best suited.
Okay.
for this. Yeah, his metal hands.
I don't. Maybe it's precision. I don't know.
I'm not gonna roll those dice.
Blink, blink.
No.
Anyway, all right. Let's try this again.
Okay.
So you peel back this layer of skin, and you can see the neural link embedded in there. And from your experience with cybernetics, you know that the neural link has to be disconnected in a very specific way, and you can't fully, like, the wires are in the brain. Like, you can only pull this thing out just ever so slightly. And this process alone, just getting it ready to pop out, like, this is the time consuming part.
Okay.
Like, this is going to take you a couple of hours of these little microscopic wires that you have to disconnect and place in a place where they won't get lost. And like, this is very difficult.
Okay.
So I need an intelligence check. Actually, let's go with a tech check, also with advantage.
Okay.
And this is to know what order to disconnect them in, to know which ones to disconnect, and make sure that you don't fuck anything up.
All right, I'm playing with the big dice. I'm really rolling dice here. This has not been very hot for me tonight. Okay, there's a 23.
Okay.
And then another one.
So the 23.
Okay.
That's a notch in the win category. so you I mean this takes, like I said, a couple of hours, and you're just you have Arcos like holding tweezers, and he's like taking the wires and laying them off to the side for you, while you have your fingers in there, and you slowly slide out the neural link from the skull. Whew. And it's just like it has this just the slightest bit of resistance as it drags across the bone, and you pop it out, but you can only get it out a couple of centimeters, and then you have to get in there and disconnect a couple of other connections before you can pull it out far enough to get this chip off of there. So I need another dexterity check. This one is not at advantage because Arcos is busy holding things out of the way.
You got this.
Do I roll the big one again? Blow on this.
That's what he said.
What was that? Dex?
Dex.
That's going to be 18.
18 it was a DC 15 on this. This wasn't a super, like that tech check. If you rolled below a 20, that was not going to go well. With this, you struggle a little bit because you have this thing held off to the side, and you just have this small little gap, and like you have a light down low so that you're shining light inside of her head, and you can see the like brain with all the wires going in, and you just see these two little tiny connections, and there's just, you have to take a little screwdriver essentially and just pop the little retaining clips off and disconnect these wires, and then the neural link is able to be pulled partially out. Now that it's out, you can look down and you can clearly see this little chip that's piggybacked into it. I need a tech check.
Fuck it. This thing's ridiculously good. That's going to be a 28.
28. Yeah. So you get this thing, and you're able to remove it without damaging the chip.
Wow.
And you just take a little heat. You just take a little soldering torch, and you just liquefy the solder just enough that you're able to pluck this little chip off and set it off to the side undamaged. And then you just take your little soldering torch, smooth out the solder, make sure all your connections are still good. And then another dex check to reconnect and get the
That's 10.
10. So as you get the connections, and as you're trying to situate it, get it back into the skull, one of the connections comes loose, and the wire comes down and hits her brain, and she starts like her whole body starts like violently shaking. and Arcos is like holding her head and holding all these wires in place. I need a strength check. You can't, like I said, you can call for help if you need to.
I'd yell, Ash, get in here. Oh, he's up front.
He's in the
Intercom.
cockpit. So right out, you have D at the door, and then in the lounge right outside you have Mike, and you have
It's a
Rain.
yell for Rain.
Okay. Rain comes in, and let me bring up her sheet. Let me see if I have something, if she has something that could help hold her in place.
Norris would just get on the intercom and be like, "So, how's it going back there?"
I wouldn't have a free hand to even answer you back.
No.
Then I'd look over at Ash.
You forgot to say over.
I'd look over at Ash and be like, "I didn't answer. Think it's because I didn't say over."
Try it again.
How's it going back there? Over. Still nothing. So I'd look at Ash and be like,
so she is.
guess they're pretty occupied.
She runs to the door and she sees what's going on, and she waves Mike over. And as you're walking by, she grabs you on your shoulder and casts Bull's Strength on you, which gives you advantage on all strength checks
Okay.
as you're passing by. And she points at the woman on the table and she says, "Hold her."
I'll nod and do my best.
Give me strength check with advantage.
Would Mike know how long they need to be held down for?
I mean, you would get the idea that as long as she's struggling, you need to be holding.
Because Mike has a whole person spell or ability, but in game he probably doesn't really understand, but he might like try to use it while he's holding her down. It's just like a weird.
If you want to try that, yeah.
Okay. I'll do the strength check too, and then maybe
Okay.
do that as like part of the.
Okay.
Maybe it just like kind of comes out, as he's trying. Not great. So 5 on the strength check,
Okay. So,
and I will try to somehow incorporate that as part of my.
go ahead
holding
and
it on.
expend the spell.
Okay.
What is your DC?
18 wisdom.
And what? 18 wisdom? Ooh, Jesus, your spell DC is fucking high. What did I do? That is a natural 1. So you see him come. He's trying to like physically hold her down, and it's not working. Like he's not used to his new arms and stuff like that. So you see him put his hand on her, and you see this pulse of energy go down his arm and into her, and she just lays just totally rigid and kind of freezes in place. Give me another dex check with advantage. Try getting that plug back in again.
There's a 17 and a 15.
Okay. With the 17, you're able to you reach in there with your tweezers and you get that plug off of her brain, and you're able to plug it back in and get it situated to get all the wires plugged in. I need a tech check with advantage because Arcos can help you with this.
25, 21.
Perfect. You get all the little wire, and this takes a while again. Like at this point, you're just like pouring sweat because you've been so focused on these little microscopic wires for so long. Your eyes hurt, your hands are cramping up, and you get all these little wires plugged back into their ports, and you just slowly press the Neuralink back into its spot in her skull, and you're able to kind of step back for a moment and take a breath, and you're fairly certain that it was successful. Now give me a dexterity check for stitches.
22.
You've definitely stitched up wounds before, and in your time as a criminal or somewhere along the line, you've had to stitch up some wounds, and you just deftly, like Arcos hands you the needle, and you just run all these stitches through in no time. It's beautiful, like a nurse did it.
Wow.
And
nice work there, Mike.
I tried.
And after a while, you see, like, Bailey's unconscious for a good for a good couple of hours before she comes back to, and her eyes open, and you see this like shock and panic for a moment, and she starts like checking herself and like making like and you see her eyes flash, and you recognize this as her running diagnostics. And then her eyes, like the awareness comes back to her eyes, and she's, good job. That was, oh. She feels the back of her head and just this like 6-inch incision across the back of her head. She's, oh, that's not.
That should heal in a couple weeks.
It's not ideal, but did it work? Did everything work?
I mean, we got the chip and you're still alive. That's at least a date, right?
And she's, you do get a little chuckle out of her. Give me a persuasion check.
24.
Oh my god.
She's, I'm not in the headspace to commit to anything, but you're on the right track. Can I see that? And she points to the chip in your hand.
What are you gonna do with it?
I just need to identify it.
Okay.
You-
And I hand her the chip.
You hand it to her, and you see like she pulls back her sleeve, and underneath she's got this tech pad that's built into her mechanical forearm, and you see her set it down along her wrist, and it starts scanning the chip, and it's got this readout that comes up on this little screen on her forearm. And you see her just grit her teeth, and this just fury on her face. She's that fucking motherfucker. And she looks away from it and hands it back to you. She's, that's got my dad all over it. That's something that I designed years ago for him for some fucking project he was working on, and I fucking knew it. I fucking knew I couldn't. I should have never worked with him.
That's okay. You're with us now. Just join our misfits.
What are you? What is this? How are you all tied up in all this?
Look at Mike. We're the change.
And she looks at Mike. She goes, he's a fucking kid. What is a kid doing here?
He held you completely still while you were convulsing.
Oh, I'm not. Like, I've seen him in action. That shit's nuts.
They helped me.
But what is the point of all this? What are you trying to achieve?
I'll let you in on a little secret. Mike, this is going to be news for you, too. We're going to become Guardians of the Galaxy. We're getting the fuck off this planet.
Okay, so you know about what's going on.
Yeah.
You know about this empire.
We seen the Illithid ship. We knocked you out by the Illithid ship.
That's fair. That's fair. But you know enough that you know it's the Illithid.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys know more than I had anticipated. I truly thought you were just flying by the seat of your pants.
Some days we do. Have you met Norris?
I have.
Are y'all almost done back there yet? Over?
Hey, Ash, can you help him put this on autopilot? Over.
I just flipped the switch for autopilot, like not even like head back, sleepy, like half asleep, just flip it.
Well, what'd you do that for?
You needed a break.
Yeah, this flying thing is kind of tiring.
Little did he know it's probably been on this whole
doing
time.
Fucking surgery this whole time.
Is the intercom still on?
That would be pretty funny.
Sure.
So you heard everything you just
There's
said.
the whole conversation. So what's your plan? How are you gonna get off this planet before the Empire gets here?
Well, we're either going to head him when they hit the planet and kill him head on. Psychopathic move. I get it.
And she's looking at you like, what the fuck?
But have you met Norris?
Yeah, okay. I'm assuming that's Norris's plan.
You know what? He surprises me at every turn. I'll be honest with you. And for some reason, shit just works his way.
Okay. That explains a lot. So, okay. Do you have a plan?
If that doesn't work, we're going to travel the galaxy saving people in an illithid ship till we can upgrade.
Okay, so you still want to try to get that ship from my father?
Yeah, and we still have to find, there's a control module that we're missing.
The integration unit.
Yeah.
And that's when Arcos pipes up. He's, yeah, mate. I didn't have time to tell you this, but I think I know where it is. A rough area. It's not exact, but I can tell you roughly where it is.
That's fantastic news, Arcos.
Yeah,
However,
I had no way to get a hold of you, so I was just waiting.
I'll let you unload that information on Ash and the rest of them. I need to lay the fuck down.
Yeah, you go take a nap. And so yeah, you can go find some quarters. There's definitely like cruise quarters.
Cool.
It's I mean it's not roomy, but it's comfortable enough. There's mattress.
All right.
Yeah. What are you boys doing?
Resting. I'm just relaxing at this point. Up in the cockpit. Feet on the dash.
Norris is probably just like cruising around the cockpit, looking at all the different buttons and switches.
Okay, so you guys are kind of taking a tour of the ship, since you guys haven't really had a real opportunity to do that.
Mm-hmm. Last time I was up here, I seen a white little alien guy.
It's fair. So give me an investigation check.
I was just relaxing.
Well, yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. You were just relaxing.
I've been up in the cockpit before.
16.
16? With a 16, you're walking around and you see a lot of systems that are like marked as inactive. Like there's a lot of things on this. There's a lot of options on this ship that this ship isn't equipped with. So as you're going around, like you see weapon systems and you're like, yeah, and then you see not equipped. So all the control panels are there, but there's no weapons to control.
Do I see any
Under my breath as he's doing this and everything, I go, don't touch anything.
I'm not. Do I see any systems that are inactive that could maybe make this thing like not suborbital? Like, I don't even know what that word would be. Like, make it orbitable?
Something that can actually leave the atmosphere.
Yeah.
No, this ship was designed to be planetary transport, just very fast. Like intercontinental in a very quick manner.
I see.
But it is not designed to leave the atmosphere.
Well, then I'm probably just distracted by all the little flashing lights
Okay.
and stuff.
You open up there's like a pamphlet.
Do I find a you know, like whenever you fly on like a plane, the life jackets that you pull the rope on?
Yeah. So in the cockpit there would likely be you see like flotation devices. Yeah.
I'm definitely going to put one of those like over my head and then walk up to Ash and be like, "Hey Ash,
What?
watch this." Do you look at me?
Oh, yeah, I'm like looking at you.
I just yank the cord. I can float now.
Amazing.
Float down here.
What do you think those guys are doing down there? It's been like fucking I don't know how many hours, and I'm going insane.
They're probably working on Bailey.
I would work on Bailey. I mean, yeah, they probably are still working on Bailey. Yeah, you're right. Should we go check on him?
Why don't you go check on him?
Yeah, you got this. It's kind of an important gig.
I got it.
Don't fuck anything up. I worked real hard to get us
I
in
know
the
you
air.
did. You
All
did a
right,
great
all right.
job.
I'm out. Over. And I just walk out the door.
So you walk out of the cockpit and it's down. You have to go down like a spiral staircase down to the main level, and you walk into the lounge area, and you see like the atmosphere is a bit light. You hear laughter coming from the medical bay. Mike and Rain are back in the lounge, just kind of, I would imagine, sitting.
I think what Mike, after what happened, and it's like an accident, what kind of happened, he's like figuring out. He's probably like, when you're a kid and you think you have like the force and you're like trying to, he's probably like clamping onto things, like thinking like, oh, how did I do that? Just like nothing's happening probably. But he's probably just like trying to figure that out, and it probably looks really strange.
So he's like walking up to people and just like touching them.
And just random objects, probably like, oh, what can I do?
Like I imagine, like whenever I walk down, I'll probably see Mike just like clamping a pillow and unclamping it, and then clamping a pillow and unclamping it.
But I would imagine that he's so used to having clamps for hands that he probably just has his hands like
That's exactly what I was thinking.
like a Lego figure.
Yeah. He's just like pinching them,
just like clamping things, but with regular dexterous fingers.
Yeah, that's what I imagine Mike's probably doing.
I would look at Mike and be like, "Hey, Mike, what you doing there, pal?"
I honestly don't know. They'll try to touch your metal arm.
And I would just go, "That makes two of us, pal." And I would just like tap him on the head and just like walk towards the medical bay.
And Rain is she's sitting on that circular couch in the middle of the lounge, and she's just like watching Mike. just got kind of a puzzled look on her face. You walk into you go up to the door to the medical room, and Dee is standing in the doorway, still kind of posted up there, watching the inside of the room. Something that you're seeing that you're not used to seeing is Dee is smiling and kind of giggling a little. And Bailey and Arcos are in the medical bay, and they're like talking tech things, and he makes a joke that you do not understand. and Dee and Bailey start laughing, and he's kind of holding court in there with these two, but it's a bunch of jargon that you're just like, nah.
So I'd probably like walk up beside Bailey and go, "I have no idea what you guys are talking about, but I mean this wholeheartedly. You are beautiful when you smile."
To Dee?
To Dee.
Oh, give me a just straight charisma, which I think is a negative for you.
It is. All right, baby. Roll good. 11.
You don't get slapped.
That's good.
You so when you say it, you get a little bit of a blush out of her, and she rolls her eyes, and she kind of elbows you, and she's just today was good. You did good. Were you co-pilot? Ash did a great takeoff.
First of all, Bailey, that was me. I took this off.
Bailey or D?
D. Sorry.
Yeah, you
not
keep
Bailey.
saying Bailey.
I know. I'm sorry. I meant D.
There's a lot of NPCs.
I know.
If you think you're having trouble keeping track, I'm having trouble keeping track.
My wife's middle name is Bailey, so like I always call her like Bretley, and so it's Bailey is very fresh on the brain.
Yeah, so she kind of elbows you and gives you a little blush, and today was a good day. I'm gonna let that slide.
I'll just puff up my chest and be like, I took this off. I have been pilot the whole time. Ash tried, smacked his hands away, and I let him know who captain was. It's me. I'm the captain.
And she's just we're all very impressed. You did a great job.
Thank you. My head gets a little bit bigger, and I just kind of like look up, and kind of shake and smile, real proud of myself.
She's just rolling her eyes. And this is definitely the warmest that she's been towards you.
Yeah.
And then Arcos stands up and he's make a pilot out of you yet.
That's what I keep trying to tell everybody. I made one whoopsie on the barrel roll. Turns out, Arcos, don't try to barrel roll this thing. Not very acrobatic.
And he looks at you and says, I will keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Gives you a little wink. And he's I think this might be all right. I think we're gonna be all right.
Yeah, be pretty good.
Now, I need a nap. If you'll keep these two entertained, I'm gonna go sleep.
Wait a minute. You want me to keep these two entertained?
Keep it in your pants. I highly suggest it, or somebody will bring a knife. And you just see Bailey sitting on the stretcher. She pulls out her little pocket knife and just smile on her face, but she just like waves it at you and taps it on the metal of the armrest of the bench. And she goes, "Don't try anything." She goes,
Ladies, I'm a fully consensual guy. I'm not just going to force myself on you. I'm going to make moves. Have you seen yourselves? I'm going to make the moves. But I'm not going to make those kind of moves. Ugh. I just kind of like shiver a little bit.
and Bailey reaches out and grabs your forearm and like signs for you to sit down where Arcos was. And she's okay, for real. You need to tell me what's going on with the kid.
Oh, Mike?
Yeah. Why is there two children here?
Oh, so here's the thing about Mike, okay? Give you a little backstory about myself. I used to be a professor. Shit went down. I became a deadhead. Mike was like a little inductee.
You see looks of shock on their faces when you say professor.
Yeah. He used to be a professor. Mike, whenever I came in, he was like a little inductee. He was infatuated with motorcycles and our green hair. He thought we were the coolest people ever. Obviously, look at me. And so whenever I got abducted by NATO and stuff, Mike, I mean, he was a little bit littler than what he is now, but he was just that. He was just a kid. He was just a cool little kid that, we hung around and occasionally gave him drinks of whiskey. Well, then fast forward, after we made our break and the train wreck and all the other shit, we found him in this little sideshow. And you seen him whenever he did that weird change and he went back to his old self and he was really fucking scary. That's how we found him, like trapped in a cage.
That
was him.
So down in the alley.
Yeah. That weird little sideshow
that
thing.
That kid is...
Yeah. But he's a lot calmer now because, we had a very scary encounter with him, and then we fought him, and then Alfonso put him in this weird imaginary box thing. I don't get it.
I love Doris's recollection of everything.
But then, I talked him off a ledge, and, we had a little heart-to-heart, and then he went to Marco's, and then he didn't talk. And then he just fucking showed up like a goddamn mystery man whenever we came out of the fucking elevator. And other than that, I'm just as confused as you. I'm assuming Marco worked his magic and he's what you see now. But he's cool. He's just a kid. He's done a lot more than what a kid should do at his age.
And you and Bailey and Dee are both kind of like looking out the doorway and looking at him. And he's out. He's
Do
still.
I hear this or where?
Give me a perception check.
13.
You're pretty distracted. I don't think you'd be catching this. But you might notice like Dee watching you at this point. Like you'd probably be just walking around kind of clamping things. and you'd see Dee turning around and watching you and a little bit of a smile on her face and just kind of observing you.
Can I was going to do this before this happened, but this is kind of fits right now anyways. Can I do a sleight of hand check on Norris? I don't know what the opposing perception check, I guess.
So first tell me what you want to do.
Okay. So what Mike's going to do is he's going to find some paper and he's going to draw like a Mohawk guy and write Captain Norris in like kid letters, and he's going to try to slap it on him like a badge.
Absolutely. First, give me a performance check
Great.
to see how great of an artist you are.
Either way, I'm gonna choose to fail.
19.
19. All right. Yeah. It's a nice. Like you can clearly tell that it's Norris in the picture. And now give me your sleight of hand.
Nat 20.
Yeah, I'm not rolling.
So you're just you're at the back of the lounge and you sketch out this little picture and Norris is in the medical bay, like this little tiny room, and you're walking around like you're just inspecting things, and you slip in the room and you're acting like you're just checking out the room, looking for like you're just taking in your environment. And you kind of slip back behind the table and you walk up and you're able to get it on his person without him knowing.
Is it on my chest or my back?
If I get away with that, I would put it on your chest. If I could.
Well,
do
the
it.
nat 20.
Yeah, nat 20. You definitely got it on his chest.
I was going to do it when you're sleeping, but I figured this was a more thematic time to do it.
And do you just kind of slip away
Yeah.
afterwards?
Feeling proud that I feel like I got away with it.
Yeah.
I feel like Mike is trying to like prove that he's not a monster anymore, so maybe he's going to do some like kind of innocent things.
That's a good
Yeah.
lighthearted.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so you're able to slip in there and get this on him, and nobody notices at first. Like they just think that you came in and were like looking at playing with things and doing kid stuff. And I would say probably like 10, 15 minutes later, because Dee is really observant. But within 10, 15 minutes, she kind of, I think he drew you something.
Who? Mike?
Yeah.
Where? I don't see anything.
Norris has a beard, right?
Yeah.
She reaches out and she grabs the beard and kind of tugs it down.
Oh, how'd that get here? And I like kind of pull my shirt out and I look at it and I go, oh, that's me. That little fucker's kind of good.
Yeah, not bad.
What's that say? I can't really read upside down.
Can you read right side up?
Sometimes my R's look like 8s. I think I have a touch of dyslexia.
and she just kind of rolls her eyes and yeah. Anybody else want to have anything they want to do during this part of the flight?
I'm just
You're
resting.
sleeping. You're sleeping.
Yeah.
How long are you all planning on staying airborne? Like, are you guys up here just like taking a long rest?
Yeah.
Just like zipping around? Okay.
Or technically, I only need 4 hours for a long rest. But
Yeah, so, but he needs 8. And everybody else needs 8. So you guys are up here, flying around, just doing laps of Kansas City, essentially. And, yeah, you're up here for... After the surgery's done, you hit the rack, and you got your 8 hours of sleep. Everybody can take a long rest. Anything in particular you guys would do during that period?
Norris would actually probably like try and sit Mike down and like have a conversation with Mike, like an actual conversation, since it's the first time we've ever like had some chill time.
So just kind of catching up.
Yeah, catching up, finding out like what all like
If there's any part of it you guys would like to RP, feel free. Otherwise, we can just hand wave and say you had a nice heart-to-heart conversation.
Well, I mean, I kind of do, just because like I
Go for it, man.
So yeah, I would just like, after me and Dee and Bailey kind of got done like whatever talking, I would just be like, Mike, come sit down, let's have a talk, dude.
I'll go sit down next to you.
How's things going, man? How are you feeling? How are you doing?
Pretty good,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, you look great.
Thanks. Words are kind of not used to expressing.
Words are hard for me too, buddy. Don't worry, it's okay. Marcos take good care of you.
He's gentler than he looks.
He's kind of a big, broody looking guy, isn't he?
Yeah, scary at first.
Yeah, I was kind of scared of him too. Word to the wise: don't ever try to surprise him dressed as somebody who you're not supposed to, because our buddy Ash, he caught a cannon blast to the face.
I could see that.
Yeah. It was funny now. It was not funny then. So, how did you? I mean, and I know might be a little traumatizing for you, but how did you get to being able to talk? I mean, last time I seen you, you weren't even able to talk. You didn't really recognize me.
It happened right before I saw you guys. Marco tried something new with, and I'll point to her. I don't know if I know Rain's name, but I'll point to her.
Yeah, you would know her name.
She helped.
Oh, Rain helped. I'm not surprised. Rain's got a lot going on too.
All of a sudden, I woke up in that parking garage.
Well, I'll tell you, we were just as surprised to see you in the parking garage. I'm glad you were there, though.
Would Mike understand that teleport, or is that still something that's like strange that he doesn't quite?
So you could pull out the LRT unit and show it to him.
Yeah, I'll show it. I don't really understand
Like,
it.
you could just be like, I hit this button.
So you press the button and then
Don't press it.
I'm not going to. There's one thing I've learned about Marco. I tend not to mess with things I don't know with him, because you can never tell what you're going to get with him.
You can give me a tech check if you'd like.
That's not very good. 2.
Okay, yeah, this thing makes no, like, you're looking at it, it's got a screen, it's got buttons.
Yeah.
Like,
makes perfect sense.
Yeah,
for Norris.
this looks like something for like Arcos or Alfonso or.
And that's probably what I'd tell him too. Be like, well, maybe this is something we could show Alfonso whenever he wakes up, and maybe he'll know a little bit more about it than me. But I feel like this is actually safer in your hands.
Do I still have the device that shows where they are? I can't remember if I took that or not.
No.
Okay.
No, you just took the LRT unit.
I'll maybe, after talking to Norris, in conversation, I'd probably bring that up. I'm feeling more comfortable. I'll be like, by the way, Marco knows where you guys are all the time.
Marco knows where we are.
He had a kind of tablet.
Huh.
And I kind of like do 3 little dots.
Okay, so he's got like a thing. Like, did it look like a screen like this, but bigger?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like watching 2 idiots.
It's so good. I love it.
It's like Zoolander when they're trying to get the data out of the computer.
What do you mean the files are in the computer?
Okay, so that's cool. He's got like a tracker on us or something.
I'll nod.
Okay, that's good information to know if we ever get in a tight spot. We already didn't tell us about it, but
He told me not to tell you, and I'll kind of like look at you.
oh well, maybe I won't tell.
But he laughed, so I don't know how serious.
Who knows, Marco? We need to go see him. But well, Mike, I'm glad that you're here, and I'm glad that we were able to actually catch up a little bit, buddy. I've missed you. It's good to see somebody from back in the days when shit wasn't so crazy.
Thanks for not killing me.
Thanks for not killing me. Are you serious?
You're welcome.
And I just like punch him on the shoulder.
Oh, clamp, clamp, clamp.
Yeah. Hey, Mike. Also, you have opposable fingers now. You don't always have to clamp. I mean, it's cool. It's kind of like your own signature thing, but just so you know, you can like grab too.
He'll try to shake your hand.
All right. Do you clamp it or do you actually shake it?
I'll try to do it.
Okay. Yeah. It's probably like the
Awkward.
like the little like soft handshake,
Well, and also he's used to these big, powerful clamps.
Yeah.
So he would probably be trying to be really gentle about it. So it would probably come across as like a really, like, soft.
Yeah.
You know those handshakes. It would probably come across as that just because he's used to crushing things whenever he grips. So yeah, it would probably be kind of a soft shake.
Yeah. And I would just say thanks for the picture, by the way, but I think I'm going to go hit the hay.
I'll see you in the morning.
All right.
All right. Well, everybody gets your sleep. You get your long rest. And level 10.
Ooh, yeah.
Woo!
So we will pick up next week, find out what these yahoos want to do going forward, and we'll find out what kinds of things level 10 brings.
Awesome. Well, thanks everyone again for listening to Dubstep and Dragons. Not so uneventful episode, but Alfonso did a great job. Make sure to drop us a like, follow, and subscribe on your favorite podcasting platform. And as always, leave us a comment. Let us know what you thought of it. And as always, we'll see you next week.
Toodles.